Hey, it's me. I'm just making sure I'm at the right Bible passage here. Anyway, we're at Proverbs 23, 34, 25, and welcome to this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate all of the viewers that I get, by the way. I really, really do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this. I'm going to be reading from, again, Proverbs 23, 34, 25, all the way to Proverbs 26, 13, 27. All right, and then the next video I'll be finishing off Proverbs once and for all. Okay, so here we are. Right, so okay, more Proverbs of Solomon. This is again Proverbs 23, 34, 25. These are more Proverbs of Solomon copied by the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah. Wait a minute. Sorry. I remember I ended it at further sayings of the wise last time, didn't I? Okay, so we're at Proverbs 23, 34, verse 23. Further sayings of the wise, okay? These also are sayings of the wise. To show partiality in judging is not good. Whoever says to the guilty, you are innocent, peoples will curse him and nations denounce him. But it will go well with those who convict the guilty, and rich blessing will come upon them. An honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. Finish your outdoor work and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. Do not testify against your neighbour without cause, or use your lips to deceive. Do not say, I'll do to him as he has done to me. I'll pay that man back for what he did. I went past the field of the sluggard, past the vineyard of the man who lacks judgment. Thorns had come up everywhere. The ground was covered with weeds, and the stone wall was in ruins. I applied my heart to what I observed and learned a lesson from what I saw. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man. Now we've reached Proverbs 23, 34, 25, more Proverbs of Solomon. These are more Proverbs of Solomon copied by the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, to search out a matter is the glory of kings. As the heavens are high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings are unsearchable. Remove the dross from the silver, and out comes material for the silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established through righteousness. Do not exalt yourself in the king's presence, and do not claim a place among great men. It is better for him to say to you, come up here, than for him to humiliate you before a nobleman. What you have seen with your eyes do not bring hastily to court, for what will you do in the end if your neighbour puts you to shame? If you argue your case with a neighbour, do not betray another man's confidence, or he who hears it may shame you, and you will never lose your bad reputation. A word aptly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is a wise man's rebuke to a listening ear. Like the coolness of snow at harvest time is a trustworthy messenger to those who send him. He refreshes the spirit of his masters. Like clouds and wind without rain is a man who boasts of gifts he does not give. Through patience a ruler can be persuaded, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. Through patience a ruler can be... Oh, right, okay, I've already written that. I've already read that, sorry. If you find honey, eat just enough, too much of it, and you will vomit. Seldom set foot in your neighbour's house, too much of you, and he will hate you. How true is that? Remember that previous video I was talking about my neighbour, the problems I had with him? But that was mostly his fault anyway. But you see, the thing with him next door is that he's the type who likes to talk, he likes to be in control, he likes to give people orders, he likes to think he's well liked, he likes to be popular. Whereas I'm a very private person. I don't like to talk to my neighbours. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't mean any harm by it, but because he's so radically different from me and his personality, and he's a perfectionist, he's always on the go constantly. I've heard him say things about me. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that. I'm supposed to be reading Proverbs, but that's just an example of how animosity can build up between two very, very different people. Anyway, I'm going to read that again. Seldom set foot in your neighbour's house, too much of you, and he will hate you. Yeah. Like a club or a sword or a sharp arrow is the man who gives false testimony against his neighbour. Like a bad tooth or a lame foot is reliance on the unfaithful in times of trouble. Like one who takes away a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar poured on soda, is one who sings songs to a heavy heart. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. As a north wind brings rain, so a sly tongue brings angry looks. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. I've noticed that some of these proverbs repeat themselves, but I don't mind that. Like cold water to a weary soul is good news from a distant land. Like a muddied spring or a polluted well is a righteous man who gives way to the wicked. It is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it honourable to seek one's own honour. Like a city whose walls are broken down is a man who lacks self-control. Now on to Proverbs 25:3-26. Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, honour is not fitting for a fool. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse does not come to rest. A whip for the horse, a halter for the donkey, and a rod for the backs of fools. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will be like him yourself. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. Like cutting off one's feet or drinking violence is the sending of a message by the hand of a fool. Like a lame man's legs that hang limp is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like trying a stone in a sling is the giving of honour to a fool. Talks a lot about fools here. Like a thorn brush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. So that's as if to say, a fool can speak proverbs or can read the Bible. Do you know how sometimes you get these atheists who dress up like Jesus and they play roles? You even get actors that play the role of different Christian characters, like Peter, for example, or Jesus. And you do get fools that read the Bible and they speak about the Bible, but they don't really believe in it, and they do it in a mocking, arrogant way. Perhaps it's to do with their career, or it's just out of so-called professionalism. But yeah, that's what it means. Like a thorn brush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. So not everyone who speaks what's written in the Bible is actually a real Christian. It can't mean anything else, or sometimes people mock about what's written in the Bible and they just, you know how it is. Anyway, like an archer who wounds at random is he who hires a fool or any passerby. As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. Do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. How true is that? The sluggard says, there is a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets. As a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on his bed. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it to his mouth. The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who answer discreetly. Like one who seizes a dog by the ears is a passerby who meddles in a quarrel not his own. Like a madman shooting firebrands or deadly arrows is a man who deceives his neighbour and says, I was only joking. Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel dies down. Now, how true is that, whether it's on Facebook, social media, for example? There's so much gossip in this world. People bad-mouthing each other, it's no good. And no one likes to be gossiped about, and no one likes to be spoken about badly behind one's back. As charcoal to embers and as wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome man for kindling strife. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels, they go down to a man's inmost parts. Like a coating of glaze over earthenware are fervent lips of an evil heart. A malicious man disguises himself with his lips, but in his heart he harbours deceit. Though his speech is charming, do not believe him, for 7 abominations fill his heart. His malice may be concealed by deception, but his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. If a man digs a pit, he will fall into it. If a man rolls a stone, it will roll back on him. A lying tongue hates those it hurts, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Now, I've ended it at Proverbs 26, 13, 27, and that's where I'll be continuing and finishing Proverbs, okay? So I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Oh dear.